Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. If I could figure out the remote to turn the camera on, that would be great. We are on location, which is why we don't have a bunch of sound deadening things behind us, and there's no mics in front of our face.
Acoustic tile?
Yeah, sound deadening things. You have all these fancy words, acoustic,
yeah.
like that's a real word.
It's probably some fancier name, I don't know.
Anywho, we've already recorded a few episodes, and you're like, I don't know what to talk about. So what I did is I went to Google.
Oh, you consulted the Googles.
I consulted Google
to
see what to talk about.
Okay.
And it came up with some wonderful topics to talk about. Interesting things to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what was it called? Okay, the article was called 40 Interesting Things to Talk About in Any Situation.
So it's like a card.
It is like the cards that we've done in the past. We will not go through all 40 in one episode because that would probably be pretty long.
It'd be ridiculous.
But I do want to hit some of them.
Okay.
But first,
since I don't know what they are,
let's see if I can get you to laugh.
Oh gosh.
I think one of these is hilarious.
We'll see.
So these are dad jokes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's fine. No, go tell them.
Oh my gosh. She sounds super excited to hear these dad jokes.
It's fine. It's because they're dad jokes.
I'm going to tell you some dad jokes. Oh, man.
It's fine.
There's no coughing, no belching, no burping. Yeah. Do I have to explain the rules to you? This is dad's rules. We don't do those kinds of things. Yeah, I've never belched on an episode ever.
Not ever. Not one time. You're right.
We have to act like we are perfect people. We never belch. We never clear throat.
Boy.
Yeah.
If somebody checks into this podcast and go, I'm going to sit here and watch two perfect people.
You want to hear
You're on the wrong podcast.
Well, if you want to hear what a perfect episode sounds like, go back to my early episodes prior to you being my guest on my show.
Those are
I just left that hanging there.
Those are weird.
I know.
They're weird. Sorry.
Yeah. Prior to you being on the show was perfect.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's literally a robot. So what I did is I took out all the ums, ers, ahs, everything. If I said a word like...
weird.
Yeah, if I said is, or something like that, I would take out one of the is's.
Yeah, I don't know. That's funny. I should go back now that we've done this many and just pick one and
listen to them. I thought
about
about painfully going through the early ones.
I haven't done it. I should. It might be entertaining.
It could be. I mean, I re-listen to every episode when they broadcast, which is why I have one listen guaranteed every week.
It's just like anything. You start doing it and you learn as you go and you tweak as you go and you get better as you go. That's just like with the sports or with whatever. It's just how it goes. So it's like, yeah, is some of the early stuff going to be train wreckage? Might be, might not be, but it's going to get better as you go. So it's fine.
A year from now, we may say that the episode is
these
better.
Are like, yeah, I don't know.
Or we may say, wow, how did they get worse?
What? Yeah, yeah. What?
Okay, dad jokes.
Okay.
3.5 minutes in, and we have done nothing so far.
Okay.
My throat, because you got to cough, so I got to clear my throat. What did the ocean say to the beach?
See you later. I don't know.
Nothing, it just waved.
Just waved.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Why, Kevin?
Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels.
That we may have said that. Maybe I've just heard it. I might have heard it somewhere else. That's funny. Bagels.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
How does a moon cut his hair?
How does a moon cut his hair?
Mm-hmm.
His hair. I don't know.
His eclipse. Eclipse it.
Eclipse.
What did one wall say to the other?
I don't know.
I'll meet you at the corner. What did the 0 say to the 8?
Oh gosh. I don't know.
That belt looks good on you.
That's a good one.
A skeleton walks into a bar and says, hey bartender, I'll have 1 beer and a mop. Do I need to explain it?
No, I think I blinked. What was the first sentence you said?
Well, this first sentence sets up the whole joke.
I know, I missed it. I blinked it.
All right, people, we are going to mansplain the joke to her.
No, just repeat the joke.
A skeleton.
Skeleton. Okay.
Walks into a bar and says, "Hey, bartender, I'll need 1 beer and a mop." I thought that was
That's
funny.
a good one. I just missed skeleton. I blinked it. I don't know. When you were saying it, I'm like, wait, what did you say?
Okay, let's see. All right, so interesting things to talk about in any situation. These would probably make more sense if you don't actually know the person. You need to break the ice. I think this is really good. I mean, we're going to kid around and have fun with it, but if you really think about it, don't we all need more talking points when we meet new people?
Yes.
And this is probably going to air before. We'll go with before, because between will make no sense.
Right.
This will air before the end of the year, before all the Christmas parties.
Yeah, get to know some
So
people.
you probably need to be hearing these so that you have more topics.
Sure, why not? Well, and we've always said it's always better to revisit topics because sometimes your things change.
Pets.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Oh no.
I think that's actually smart.
Okay.
People love to talk about their pets.
Do. It's easy to talk about your pets.
They do love to talk about their pets. I would just talk about my dog all day.
You
so
would.
when the plane landed,
Baby dog.
What was the first thing I said to you? I want to go home. I miss my dog. We've been in the air for 6 hours. I've gone 6 hours without seeing my dog.
It's a good thing I don't have a complex.
It does say, if they don't have a pet, ask if they hope to one day and what kind.
Okay.
Ask if they have a pet. If so, the conversation should flow from there, or ask them to share a few favorite stories.
Okay.
Second one, holidays. Ask about their plans for an upcoming holiday. So a lot of you are going to be going to Christmas parties. So what are you guys going to be doing over Christmas? That seems to be a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Number 3, vacations. Ask if they have an upcoming vacation planned or where they hope to go next. You can also ask about their favorite vacation, where they would go if money was not an object.
That's a fun question.
It is a good one, and people have actually asked us that before, and it's usually New York / the Bahamas.
Well, it's not New York anymore, but just because what I tell everybody, oh my gosh, save your money, however long it takes.
Or actually, it was Bermuda.
Bermuda, but I've told everyone after we went on a cruise that everyone should experience a cruise. Now, I guess it's not for everyone. I don't know how you would hate it. Maybe if you experienced a cruise-wide illness, wouldn't be as pleasant, but that's still incidental. I tell everyone, try it before you write it off, because that was the best vacation ever.
4th one, heroes. Heroes come in lots of different shapes and sizes and can mean different things to different people. Ask who their hero is and why. And this will no doubt lead to engaging conversation.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Because it could be, that can lead down a tangent of talking about your favorite high school teacher.
Could be a wide array of people, possibly.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, because initially when I saw the word heroes, I was like, oh, is this going to be, do you prefer Batman or Superman?
It doesn't have to be that.
Well, Batman was rich. That's why he had all the cool stuff. Gadgets. I mean, is he really a superhero? No. Or is he just a really wealthy guy that could have all the gadgets?
He has gadgets.
I mean, Superman, he came from another planet.
Yeah.
Number 5, high school or college. So this one I have to explain.
I was
what were they like in high school or college? How much have they changed since then? What do they love or hate most about that time in their life? Or ask if they would consider them the best 4 years of their life.
I think you do a lot of growing, whether you go to college or not, between 18 and 22. I think that's just a critical time in your life where things are shifting. You're away from your parents. You're making your own decisions. I think that's probably just as much as like 0 to 5 for kids. I think 18 to 22 is another huge change.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. And then also, like, you change a lot just from freshman to senior year, too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true, too.
And there's a lot of cool stories from back then that we still tell now. Number 6, podcasts. Are they a fan of podcasts? What podcasts would they recommend and why? If they had their own podcast, what would it focus on?
Focus?
Yeah. Well, This is called Dad's Rules, which should actually be changed to Kevin's Rules because we just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. Because you never know from week to week what I'm going to actually cover.
It should be Dad's Rules, Kevin's Rules, and rules you didn't even know you needed to know. Or something.
Yeah. But there's a lot of really cool podcasts out there. And what I've been doing, and I did this with somebody earlier on a Zoom call, is they mentioned something and I said, oh, you really need to check out this podcast. I think it could help you.
You know,
so I like that.
And what's funny is unexpected for me because I know you've been doing the podcast, but I didn't know, probably even before that, I was like, I don't know if see me listen to a podcast. I mean, it just wasn't something that seemed like I would do it. And then I started listening to one and another, and I think they've got 3 or 4 to listen to, and I'm like, I really like it because it's like being read to almost.
You get an invitation into their world.
Yeah.
And so it's funny, there's a couple that I listen to, and they've even said this, is that people will run into them in public and feel like they already know them because of the show.
Yeah.
And that's actually happened to you being on Mind, where people are like, hi, Melissa.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and you have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
But we're at some mastermind event, and they'll just come up and just start talking to you.
It still freaks me out, not like in a bad way, but it's just like, it's just unexpected. I just don't go, gee, I wonder who's going to know me when I'm here. It's not even on my realm of thinking. So it's just trippy.
Number 7, childhood memories. Ask about their favorite memory from childhood, and now it may have shaped an experience they later had as an adult. Ooh. I also could think it could go the other way, where it could be a bad memory, not a favorite memory, but one just stuck, and that's why they did something instead. You ever hear the story about there was a rich guy and a poor guy, and they asked them both the same question. Why are you like you are now? Your father was an alcoholic. And they both said, I am where I am now because my dad was an alcoholic. And one was rich and the other one was poor, making bad decisions. You know, so you can have to where that event from back then that was bad could have led you in a good direction or a bad direction. Mm-hmm. Number 8, hidden talents. Most people have a hidden talent that they rarely get to share. Get them talking about the things they do well that no one knows about. Oh, that's a cool one. We'll have to try that one out.
Right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about with the next like party or whatever that we go to. We should ask people, what's your hidden talent?
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I really like that one. Because it really, if you were at a party and went through 40 of these, I think they'd hate you by the end. I think you need to pick 1 or 2 and let it go from there. Because I also like to mingle around with several different people.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Well, and the hidden talent thing, it's like not that we have a hidden talent, but I think I like that we can work together so wonderfully. Because like when we did that ornament thing on the hook, I was like, I felt like we were going to nail it, but not to that level nailing it. Like we were like, yes! That was cool.
Where do we have to hold it? With our, was it our
foreheads?
Foreheads. You had to hold this ornament.
I think it was foreheads or
with
chins.
Your foreheads, and you had to walk.
And then we had to like walk and...
You had to walk sideways,
you
had to hook it on it, and then stop. And we did it like in such record time, nobody else would do it.
They were like, we're not even going to try. I was like, you got to try. They didn't want to try.
This one I really like because I'm a reader. Books. Ask what book they are currently reading or the last book they read. If they aren't exactly an avid reader, ask about their favorite book of all time and the reason they like it so much. This could go 1 or 2 ways because it's over 80% of people when they get out of high school, they stop reading, which is a sad stat. And I brought this up before. I think what happens is they stop reading and the Netflix subscription starts like right then.
Yeah.
And number 10, this will be the last one we'll do in this episode. Number 10, concerts. What was the last concert they attended? If they haven't been to a show recently, ask about their favorite concert from the past.
Ooh.
People love to talk about that stuff.
Because it's fun.
We go to a lot of concerts.
We do.
Maybe that's why for us.
I'm going to have to start keeping a concert journal. That's right. If somebody's asking me, I'm like, I don't know if we've seen them or not. Isn't that terrible? And then there's other bands who are like, oh yeah, we've seen them a lot. Like somebody was talking about, oh yeah, a friend of ours was mentioning they were going to a Kiss concert in California. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen them several times. They know how to put on a show, whatever. And I was like, nope, we're not going to that one. So.
Yeah, I don't even know what city they said.
Palm Springs.
Oh, Palm Springs.
California.
Yeah, no, I passed the exit, but I don't know how far off the exit was on the way to LA. I have no clue. Isn't it in the desert?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Desert something is where the Desert Springs, whatever. So I didn't look at it on a map.
I think Palm Springs and Desert Springs are like next to each other, but I'm not sure. I've only been
I think Desert Springs was the name of the, I don't know because I don't know anything about California.
Well, there was a Palm Springs exit on the 10 on the way out to California, but obviously I didn't take that exit because I was going to LA.
Right.
So I have no idea. It could have been literally right there.
I don't know.
Or it could have been one of those trick ones.
Where you're like, oh gosh, what have we done? 1 hour later.
This exit to go to, it's like when you're in Chicago. Take this exit to go to LA, but you still have like 2,000 miles to go.
Yeah.
Could be something like that to where you're being tricked. Yeah. And it's not like a better exit when you're in Chicago and it says take this exit to get to Blue Island, which is a little suburb of Chicago.
Right.
That would make more sense. But when they say to LA, you're like, okay, well, LA must be just right around the corner. No, you're going to be on the road for a couple thousand miles still.
Long time.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap it up at 10.
Yay.
Because we are back to doing realistic episodes for the moment. That'll change again.
For the moment.
Yeah. So if you liked the show, like, share, review, leave feedback, comment, all that fun stuff. Don't worry, we're going to get more of these done. You know, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging with only 10 topics. I just don't want to make the episodes too long. But anyway, leave your feedback, especially on Apple and Spotify. It helps the algorithm, helps the show grow. Yeah. Also, if you'd like some Dad's Rules swag, check out the Kick-Ass line. We got some shirts up there that I think are, well, kick-ass. dadsruleswag.com for that. Until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know that you all can be.